I'm Jane.
And we're SpielMill.
And today we're talking about our February stats.
Woo! Now, February was a short month, only 28 days.
Yeah.
And I was traveling for 5 of those days. So it was a challenge to get all our games in, but we did.
Yeah, and I had a birthday, which doesn't necessarily mean we don't play games, but it does change what kind of games we play because we usually have company and stuff.
Yep, absolutely. So our most played game of the month, as per usual, was a crossover, and it was the New York Times crossword puzzle.
Because we recorded as the game played. For us, it's just because we enjoy doing it, and we like to log when we play games, and it's kind of a game to us. So
Yep, it is.
That's how we do it.
Absolutely. And it looks like
it's a tie for our second and third most played games.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we had 20 recorded instances of the crossword, which is almost every day since, again, I was away for 5 days. And then our second most played game is
the quest calendar, Void Spark Chronicles.
Yes, and I had 14 plays.
I had 20.
Okay, so I did mine about every other day.
Yep.
Our third, again, is a crossover, and that is Scout.
Scout. We both played it 10 times because we played each other 10 times. I think no, that was January. We played it once with 4 people, but last month it was all 2-player.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah. And at number 4, here's where we diverge. So my fourth played game is a game we played together, and that is the Mother Road Route 66.
But you played it a couple times without me.
That's true. I did.
So you have more plays of that than I do.
That's true. I've got 8 plays of that.
My fourth most played game was a solo print and play roll and write legacy game. Looking for more adjectives. Ada Lovelace and the Legacy of the Analytical Engine. Really fun polyomino game. And it's got a story to it. And of course, it's a little bit legacy. You get to mostly change your round play action selection tool. Rondell. You get bonuses to change your rondell.
Yeah.
There.
That's a fun one. I took that with me on my trip, but I didn't end up playing it.
Yeah, I played it 9 times, which is I played through the Legacy campaign.
My number 5 game is a doozy, and it was on our 5x5, and that is Edge of Darkness from John D. Clare. We love that game.
Now that's going to come up for me, but my number 5 game was Dungeon Pages, the core set. I played 7 times. And that's a print and play dungeon crawler.
Okay.
We did a review on, actually. That and the quest calendar.
So we had 6 plays of Edge of Darkness, even though that was on the 5x5. My 6 through 9 are all tied at 5 plays. Again, hello 5x5. And they are Mystic Vale, Teotihuacan, and Tawantinsuyu. Oh, and Founders of Teotihuacan, which rounded out our 5x5.
Yeah, and I had, before that, I had my games a tie for 6 and 7. I had America's Main Street, which we talked about. A little push your luck game from Eagle Griffin Games. And then I had Edge of Darkness, so 6 plays as well. And then real quick, I had my 8 through 12, which is mostly our 5x5. So Mystic Vale, Teotihuacan, Founders of Teotihuacan, Tawantinsuyu, but also tied with those, I had the Dungeon Pages year-long adventure set, which is they're releasing a new dungeon every week for the year. And I played that 5 times as well.
And then my number 10 is not going to be on your list because you played so many solo games, but that is SpielMill, which we played 4 times together.
Yeah, that'd be my number 13. So I just didn't go that far.
Yeah, so those are the games we played most in
our top
February.
10, so to speak.
Yeah, our top 10, so to speak, in February.
Great. Well, let's look at our other February stats. And we keep stats in a spreadsheet based on our data that we use. So we record our data using BG Stats, the mobile app that is so useful for logging games.
We love BG Stats, yeah.
And then we sync those to BGG, and then we pull them from BGG using the APIs, and we have a spreadsheet, blah, 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 and we get all fancy. So you can see that this is slightly cut off at the top, but games played for the month in February, Jen had 133 and I had 163. So we usually play a lot of games.
And I have to say,
So-
for a short month in which I was traveling, number one, that is a fantastic total. And then if you look at the top 10, which included 5 real heavy hitters, I mean, that was a good good month for gaming.
I'm happy with that because I wasn't feeling too well the first half of the month in
Yeah.
particular. So that was kind of a lot.
Yeah, we definitely struggled through this month, but we
This
killed
dress
it.
looks like something Captain John Harkness would wear.
I know. It's kind of a steampunk thing. I love it.
And then as far as new games, we played 18 new games to us.
Yeah,
So-
we've been really trying to get our games off our shelf of opportunity, and you can look. We've done 2 videos so far about the new to us games we've played this year.
Now we're trying to get to 20 a month new games, but February's a short month. Plus, we had quite a heavy 5x5 for February. Our March 5x5 is not quite as heavy, so we expect it to go a little easier. And it's of course a longer month, so we expect to hit that goal and then hopefully make up for the 2 that we missed.
Yeah.
But we have because I was really, really sick and I couldn't play most games for 2 years or so.
We have a big shelf of opportunity.
Big shelf of opportunity.
Big.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all. So 18 new games. We also played a total of Jen played 43 unique games, and I played 47.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
that's total unique games for the month. We also look at it as total weight, so we multiply the games played times the weight of the game that we play. And for February, you can see the beginning of our March numbers there, but our February number, you had 168.8, which looks pretty average for you.
Yeah. Since the
And
end of the dip.
Yeah. The dip is a period of extreme sickness.
Yeah, and what's interesting is those games last year in 2022 were almost all roll-and writes. If you look at our adaptive gaming videos, we did not play table games, more than a handful of table games all of 2022.
Yeah. And then I played 204.8 weight, which is again about average for me, maybe on the lower end.
Yep.
But as I said, I was really sick for the first half of the month. Let's skip ahead here to total hours that we played the games. 69.2 for Jen and 72.3 for me.
Yeah.
Much closer on that stat. I usually end up with more because I solo things like dungeon pages, light games, so it's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
But but those are pretty good numbers. If you look overall here, that's in a 2-year period covered by this chart, that's your 4th highest number.
Yep.
And it's definitely top 10 for me.
You can see we started to get table games back to the table, I think in December.
Mostly, yeah. So that's where you see our things like play game hours and what we call weighted hours, which is multiplying the weight times the hours played for games. Those started to do really well. You can really see it on the weighted hours chart, where you had 163.6, which was your 3rd highest in 2 years.
Right.
And I had 170.6, which was my 2nd highest in 2 years.
And it's only behind December and January.
Yeah.
So when we started playing table games again.
Yeah. Only January beat my February, so.
Yeah, and we had that weird moment in 2021, September, when we had a system set up when we were playing some table games, but kind of wiped you out, and we weren't really able to keep doing that. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
So we had this is a chart, just shows in February we had a bunch of records for the year. It just means we beat some of January's numbers. So that's all. But this is sort of more detail on all our stats. So that's it. I mean, that's kind of our stats for February. We decided to make it a little shorter this month of a video. Last month I think we digged into so far this year and all that. I think our H indexes were low. My H index was just a 6 for February.
Yeah, mine was a 5.
Yeah,
I never got past that. So
we never got that high on that. And that's just, like we said, we didn't play quite as many games as we used to do. And, you got to play a lot of games to get a high H index. So
yeah. Yep, absolutely. So for a short month with a lot of exceptions and challenges, we got a lot of gaming time in.
Yep.
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
At least
All
back
right.
to the table.
Yeah. check out our reviews on the Quest calendar and Dungeon Pages, because we played those a lot in February. But we did reviews on both of them. So you can get an idea of what they're about. And otherwise, have a nice day.
Have fun gaming.
Remember, every day that you game
is a holiday.